Hey, 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 hey.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going, guys? We're so excited to start 0 weeks, guys. So the group is closed, which means everybody who's in the group is in the group. So, as you know, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Austin.
And you're debt free with Austin and Jeanette. Hey, Cinex. Hey, how's it going?
It's good seeing you.
So we're just going to kind of go through our story and our journey and how we got here, and then go through
The agenda
rules
for this week.
Yeah, it's our rules, why, what to expect. So our story is, well, it was a late afternoon in 2015.
Oh my God.
So basically, this is what happened. So, in love, and then we were broke.
Yeah, we're living in Virginia, and we're living mill to mill. We're both in the military. We're both making fat cash, and what we thought back in the time was fat cash, and both working mid shift, and spending all our money going out to eat, and the fast life, cars and having fun and eat and all that stuff.
It's being ridiculous.
Yep, and so we were spend tons of money, all our money, living paycheck to paycheck. We decided to get married, and we were dead broke. Much so that we both borrowed money without telling each other to get the marriage license and the court. The wedding officiant. Both borrowed $40 from our friends, and and we're just living the life.
Like, I asked for the money, and I'm thinking back, like, how would my boss give a tech sergeant $40? Like, why don't you have $40? Like,
yeah, just pulled you aside and been like, hey, do you have financially secure?
What's wrong with you? Can we have a station? If you borrow $40, there's something wrong here.
Yeah. So, fast forward a few years later, I get orders out here to Las Vegas, and just somebody in her sister's job, where
before that.
What?
No, this is Virginia. This is in Virginia. So, okay. So I got out of the military because I was medically separated. They said, thanks, no thanks, it's time for you to go. And so I was pregnant, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do with my life now. So I was like, well, I think I'm going to apply for the job in Vegas. I said, okay, whatever. It's not like anybody ever gets a job that they apply for online with the military. And then he gets it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it's April. I'm just pregnant, and so I go to my sister's job every once in a while and just hang out with her, and because I had nothing else to do after I got out, and we were moving in July. I'd hang out with her, and I would work the register or whatever, right? Just volunteer at work. And this guy was talking about how he paid off all his debt, and I thought that was the craziest thing I'd ever heard of. He was like, yeah, I don't use credit cards anymore. Paid up $25,000. I was like, how did you do this? What does that look like? How?
Yeah.
That's not a thing that people say or do. So he was like, yeah, my wife is in this class by Dave Ramsey. It's called Financial Peace University. I was like, that sounds amazing. How do I sign up? So I looked it up, and her class didn't start until after we left. So I was like, well, darn. Then they had an online. So I was like, Austin, I need $100. We're taking this class right now. He was like, okay.
That's how I sound. Okay.
That's how we started. So we went to the class. Moved out here, I had the baby, and so we started pretty much before we moved out here, so it's been kind of like a rocky road. And for some reason I decided I was going to do real estate, which I sucked at, wasted a lot of money doing. But I learned that I don't like doing it, and I learned what I do like, and
we paid off all
of our debt.
So what we really love Dave Ramsey is just how to track where your money goes, and so we were moved by our journey through dollars in 3 years.
Yes.
And so we just want to share with you guys our tips and tricks and our tools. We've both been to the Dave Ramsey Financial Master Coaching class.
Yes.
So we want to share with you all of those things, just all the tools that helped us get out of debt. We want to share with you. We want to do it for free. And we want to hook you up with the Debt Free Bootcamp, which is our version of just the information and tools. Yeah. Basically. So that you can for free, and have some continuity along. You got people in this group who want to do the same things you do, and they're all going to be in one place for you to stations and meet others who are like-minded. So this is what we have for you. We just want to go over the agendas for the weeks we have coming up, a few rules and things like that. So let's get started.
So rule number 1 is you have to have an accountability partner. Typically, that's going to be your spouse. If you don't have a spouse, get somebody that you trust, like somebody at church or advisor or a mentor or your mom. I don't know, somebody that you trust that will keep you on track to make sure you're doing the right thing. With us, kind of do it together. That's our life partner. So we do this financial thing together. So that's our thing. Okay. Then be 100% on yourself.
And your spouse. The number one cause of divorce in America is money fights. So you have to make sure, even if you and your spouse you have to figure out how you're going to get there and or be on the same path, right, to where your money is going to go. 5-year plans and visions of where your money is and why you're doing what you're doing is the most important thing in this course.
100%. So I remember thinking about debt and thinking about, just because I owe money on my cell phone for my cell phone plan, I rented my cell phone from my provider, that doesn't count. That totally counts. That's 100% debt that you owe somebody for something that you don't 100% own. So be 100% honest with everything you owe money on. If you can't walk away from something with having to pay somebody, that's debt. That includes credit cards, student loans, which are unacceptable. Medical bills, anything like that. If you get divorced, alimony, stuff like that, you are going to have to pay. Is there a lump sum that you can just give?
Through Financial Peace University or other classes to get out of debt is they try to cheat themselves or cheat the system. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. But what they do is they get to a hard spot and they're not able to make a conscious choice on whether or not they want to sacrifice. So it comes down to, hey, I really want to invest in my 401k, but I'm still in debt, right? But the plan says don't invest into your 401k until you're out of debt. But they try to make those cheats for themselves where they're like, oh, it's okay because I'm investing, right? So things like that you'll see along the way. Excuse me.
Just remember that may not make sense 100% of the time, but it works. All the things that we've done, we're we'll just do it like this. We learn very quickly, wait a second, we need to go back to the actual steps of the plan.
Yep.
And then if you are married, you guys are a united front. That means you guys are very transparent with each other. You guys share a bank account. I don't owe him, he doesn't owe me money. I don't make my money and then he makes his money. We make our money together because we are one and we have a bank account and it's we.
Yep.
Change your pronouns.
It won't work any other.
Not at all.
I'm just telling you up front.
Okay. So then we want you guys to be dedicated. We are dedicated to you guys. So we want you guys to be dedicated to us. We both have moms. I'm pregnant. I got a kid. She's got sports. We understand life is busy. But you guys this is the time. This is the time that you guys are going to spend to try and get out of debt. I know Christmas is right around the corner, but you know what? The best Christmas present you give to yourself is being 100% transparent, learning to manage your money and your debt, and getting out of it. Could you imagine what next Christmas is going to look like if you guys are half as much debt as you're in right now? How much stress that's going to relieve? This is your Christmas present to yourself. And I am so proud of you guys because you guys are on this journey with us. And then our confidentiality policy. So that is basically Fight Club. Anything that happened in the Fight Club, do not tell anybody about. I mean, you can tell anybody about how you're saving money,
your journey is personally to
fine.
You. Don't tell anybody else's business. Tell anybody anything that you submit to us in terms of paperwork or anything like that. It'll be between you and me.
100%. We are cybersecurity analysts. That's our job. So we 100% believe in privacy and keeping your information. It will go nowhere. So there are some forms. The 2 forms they're in your email for 1, and 2, they're also on the group page. And please fill those out. So the one that I really need back is the personal financial snapshot. And I need that back on Monday so that we can start talking about our budget and stuff like that. So just send it to us anytime. You can I'll just give you the email address that we use. I'll just give you our email. That'll probably be the best way. And then our why. why are you doing this?
Yeah, so if you just want to drop in the comments below why you're doing what you're doing and what your vision is when you get out of debt. If you don't have one, take this time to think about, or a reward. Hey, like when I get out of debt, like me and Jeanette, when we got out of debt, we decided that we want to take a trip to Germany. We have yet to take it yet because of a lot of different
mostly babies and pregnancy.
Yeah, babies and pregnancy and stuff like that. But as soon as this baby's ready to go on a plane to Germany, that's where we're going. So,
but instead we went to San Diego. We spent a weekend in San Diego. We went to Legoland. We went to the beach. We just chilled. And you know what? We don't have to pay anybody back for that trip because we paid it in cash. It was amazing.
It was amazing. So yeah, define your vision. Just set it down. Write it somewhere. Make sure you post it like on your refrigerator or something you're going to see every day. And so that's your do out for this week is define your vision or your why. Post it in the comments below. Complete the financial snapshot and the quick start budget. If you haven't done a budget before, we're going to go over that a little bit more next week, but we just need to know where you are in the process, and that's kind of what the quick start budget is going to help us do for you. Is so you're going to send it to us, and we can kind of see where you engage more content to you on just helping you get out.
So basically, this class, week 1, is going to be about budgets. We're going to talk about everybody do a budget every week just so you get into the process and you understand how it works. And so that way you can budget every week, because once you get into that habit, once the class is over, you'll still do it.
It takes about 90 days for you to create a successful budget. Talk more about that next week.
And then we're going to talk about the debt and what that is and what that looks like. We talk about family budgeting, extending past your means and how that works, fully funded emergency funds, what qualifies as an actual emergency. Then we're going to talk about retirement, college funds, ESAs, paying off your home or renting, and insurance. We're going to talk about insurances, cars, renters, homeowners, life, health, and insurances to avoid, and which ones that we took out, which we no longer have. And then 7 week is kind of like a full recap of everything. So that's what we're going to do, our full budget for February, to include Valentine's Day, one income building change, which means either I'm going to stop doing this or I'm going to add this as my side hustle, a smallest debt plan milestone timeline, emergency fund building, is your home too expensive? Do you have too many insurances? And then we're going to talk about investments, retirement, home, 401ks, your will or your legacy drawer, or both. And then that's it.
So you can see we have a lot to cover in these 7 weeks, but we'll be on this journey with you, and we're excited to kick this thing off.
Yeah, you guys are going to rock it. So on Monday, if you haven't got, so first of all, if you haven't gotten the email, give us a message so we can make sure that we have your correct email. And then you're going to get an email on Mondays, probably early in the morning, so you know exactly what to do. We're going to have a live stream every Monday. We haven't decided on the time yet. We're West Coast, so it probably won't be feasible for the East Coasters because of work and stuff like that. But it's always available in the week. You can text us anytime and ask us questions or whatever, and we're always available. And then also our email address.
Yep.
So I think that's it. So I'm very excited for you guys. This is life-changing, and I'm very excited.
Yep. I'm just happy that we got some people in the group. I'm glad that we have this beta kicked off. It's just going to grow from here, and just the amount of lives we get to change and the amount of knowledge we get to share is going to be super exciting.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
See you guys next week.
Yeah. Good night, y'all.